So Shawn, attics are often a source of surprises, and even for homeowners, I think we don't always understand, and we find different things in attics. So maybe, we talk about, maybe rodents or vermiculite insulation, different things and surprises you might find. I know that disconnected pipes, venting pipes that are venting into the attic, so there's mold, those sorts of things. And I think some people think that if these things are found, then they shouldn't buy the house. But are some of them ways to remediate them, or are there ways to have things tested so that they can maybe have some of their concerns met, that this can be prevented in the future?
Yeah, the attic is often a point of surprises during the home inspection because it's one spot that generally you don't get to look in. So when I come there, usually it's the first person that looks, and we do find a bunch of things in there that sometimes people hear buzzwords and they think, oh, I can't buy this house, but the reality is a lot of these conditions can be rectified readily. And for example, mold. Very common to find mold in the attic. You get moisture sources leading moisture into the cold zone of the attic, you get wet wood, and mold grows. But often it's just a matter of rectifying the source of the air leakage, and as you alluded to, sometimes it's as simple as a bathroom fan, which is venting into the attic, causing a small area of mold. Well, if you rectify that moisture source, re-vent that fan out, and then maybe treat the couple square feet of mold, then it's not a large expense to rectify that. But sometimes people hear mold and they figure, I can't buy this house. Similarly, vermiculite insulation in the attic. A lot of vermiculite, probably 50% of it, is contaminated with asbestos. And asbestos, if disturbed and blown up in the air, can cause breathing issues. But just because there is vermiculite doesn't mean 100% it is asbestos. So you have to get it tested, and a lot of times the test comes back negative. And if that's the case, there's no issue at all. And even if it comes back positive, you can leave a vermiculite insulation in the attic undisturbed without issue, as long as it's sealed from the habitable area. It's only if you have a contractor going up there doing the work, if you're trying to upgrade your insulation, at that point it needs to be removed.
Are there any other problems that you would find in an attic?
I think rodents, particularly mice, is extremely common. When you go into a subdivision that perhaps backs onto a ravine, I would say probably 100% of those homes have had mice in the attic at some point. I need to bring it to your attention because if it's an ongoing issue, mice can do more than just live up there. They can chew the wires, they can do damage to the insulation, so you need to know about it. But if it's an ongoing issue, you can have a pest control company come in, and for a few $100s they can have the mice removed. So it's a small issue, but it has that icky factor that a lot of people, they think, oh, mice, I need to run, but really it's just a minor issue that needs to be dealt with.
Not a deal breaker, something,
Not a deal breaker.
Something you can fix.
Right.
And something that I think people are surprised to hear happens in the vast majority of homes.
Exactly.
Especially those homes that are offered at a premium, that are on amazing lots that back onto ravines and that are in a more golf course setting.
The more rural you are, or the more greenery around you, the more likely you are to have rodents in your attic, mice, raccoons, etc. Yes.
What about uncommon problems? Something that maybe would have taken you by surprise. I know we've certainly seen some interesting things in different houses we've been, so I'm sure that going into the innards of a home, you've had some surprises along the way.
Absolutely. One of the most surprising things I've seen is I popped my head up into an attic just expecting an average old house and was surprised to find a 4-foot pile of bat poop located
That's a lot.
right over the master bed. And it was a lath and plaster building, so it was only a matter of time before, once that failed, all of that would be right on top of the master bed. I thought that was astounding.
That would certainly be a surprise, and I think there's a perfect example of why we have a home inspection, because I would wager that just about any buyer would want to know that that's high up in the attic.
That's not a way you want to wake up.
That is not a way you want to wake up.
Were the bats still there?
They were. There were still holes. They were coming and going. The current owners just said that we occasionally hear scratching. We think there might be some bats.
So the owners were pretty much unaware of how bad the situation was.
Absolutely.
I always tell everybody, before you list your home, you should have a peek up in the attic. And they always say, what am I looking for? And I say, well, when you see it. Because it's going to be something kind of big and dramatic, right?
You're absolutely right. All homeowners should periodically look in the attic. No one ever does, but you should.
Very good. Well, thank you so much.